We've compiled some of our favorite tips submitted by our readers, and this bunch is all about cutting. So this first tip is from Ray Ann Nilsson of Highland, Utah. And she says, while removing the 5-inch cardboard backing from a charm pack, I realized it would make a great view template for fussy cutting. So to create a template, I measured and cut a 4-inch square from the middle of the cardboard using a craft knife. The window makes it easy to isolate the printed design and mark where I need to cut a square. So if you don't have charm pack and the cardboard at the back, you can do this with anything. Like here I just have a piece of old mail that I cut up, and you can cut the middle any size you need. So this would be to cut a 5-inch square, so you would measure around for fussy cutting, but you can use this viewing template to see the inside of the design, but you can make it any size you need for the pattern you're working on. This tip is from Nadine Bergen of Sergeant Bluff, Iowa. She says, I use duct tape to secure the top of my strip ruler to my cutting mat. No more slipping. I just lift up the bottom of the ruler to remove the cut fabric and place the next piece to be cut. So I just used painter's tape because I didn't have duct tape on hand, but you can see it's really easy to lift up and down so that you can just pull your cut pieces out and put a new fabric piece in there, no slipping. This tip is from Becky Magnus of Layton, Utah. She says, clipping curved seams can be tedious. I've found that using pinking shears for the task saves me time and keeps me from clipping into the seams. This next tip is from Joanne Colliu from Armstrong, British Columbia, and she says, when cutting strip pieced units into smaller segments, I cut from the reverse side. It's easier for me to see the seam lines for lining up the ruler, and any pressing inaccuracies do not cause problems. And this last tip is from Carolyn Caslow from Aiken, South Carolina. She says, I like to keep my scissors on the bed of my sewing machine, but they were always sliding off. My solution? I placed a small piece of batting on the bed as a resting spot for my scissors. Now they stay put.